Come on in. What's today? Tuesday. Come on in. It's Tuesday, y'all. Come in. I'm going to come in here. It's Lunch and Learn. Self care with Tisha. Whoops. No, I don't. A surety. Hey, Instagram. Hi, y'all. Hi, Facebook. I got a little bit late. We was sidetracked. We had to get stuff done, but as promised, I said I would try to come in here and lean in a little bit for a little bit of checking in. How's everybody doing? I hope you are well. For those of you who are getting to know me, I'm online best friend to some. Just really using my love for empowering people and being a social worker and a therapist. I have really taken what I love to do and integrated some life coaching. And so I really help those who love to help and call to help people. How do you know, use your gift in a way that also honors you? So I help you stop working yourself to death so you can truly live your life like it's golden. So on this self care with me, um, be Your Best with Celeste, the one and only. She shared some cards, um, and I just want to share a few of them before I slide out of here. I think they're amazing. They're packaged really nice. They're like super blingy. I want to thank some of you guys who made time on Monday to stop by. It was National Muffins Day. I think Monday was just yesterday, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I meant to do it in black and white, not to even use your ink up. So one of the things you guys know that stuff is going on in our community. We had a triple homicide. It's just heartbreaking, especially when it's people that you know your kids was raised with some kids and life continues to go on. And so I'm just really encouraging many of us that are going through some things to just learn how to, sit for a moment and to just back up a little bit and kind of free up your calendar and to just honor what you're feeling when you get this kind of news because it's not easy. It's not easy. We're sending prayers to those that are bereaved and those that are holding space for individuals. It is a time for us like never before to come together like we have been doing. I look on the lens of what's working and I see a lot of people beginning to come together. I see a lot of people that are starting to recognize that doing life alone is not what it was intended to be. I see a lot more people who is honoring the fact that they can't make it by themselves and they're starting to open up and be honest and courageous about what it is that they need. I also have been honored to witness people to heal and come together. Fathers is coming together with their sons and their daughters. This week we'll be at the fatherhood program with some amazing guys who invested in themselves. And so that is something that we give God all the glory and honor about. So there's a lot of life going on, but there's also a lot of breakthroughs and miracles taking place. So I want you to be encouraged. I want you to lean not on your own understanding, right? Acknowledge that you deserve the support and the guidance and the things that you need to move forward. One of the things that I pull down is I am capable of handling anything. I am capable of handling anything. That is literally one of the things that you see me teaching and preaching about and really just pouring into you. No matter what is going on before you, I want you to tell yourself at that office. I want you to tell yourself if you're at the doctor appointment. I want you to tell yourself if you in your apartment or in your house and things is testing and trying you on all sides right now. I am capable of handling, not in my own strength, but the strength God has given me to withstand some of the things that's going on. Don't drown in it. Don't drown in it. Hey, do not drown in it. And I want you to declare on today, I am capable of handling anything. There's nothing too hard. I give myself permission to sit down. I give myself permission. I am capable. We need each other like never before. We need uncles being uncles to the kids. We need aunties being aunties. We need parents to be what they need to be. We need to encourage one another. If you taking one step today and the next person taking five, we still pushing you forward and saying, hey, I'm glad you got up. If you getting up doing your hair, baby, if you got laid off, you still getting up doing your hair, you putting on your makeup because that make you feel good, and the next person ragging on you, don't pay attention to the person that's ragging on you. You the one celebrating your bounce back. You the one celebrating that you decided to get up. Because every decision, we one choice and one decision and one event and one crisis away from feeling like we falling off the edge, right? And I want you to be encouraged. If you're not in a space where, you can just get up right now and walk. Celeste and I walked today. We did some laps. We got our bodies moving. We moved our legs. We moved our hips. We just moved away from this computer, right? It is very critical for your well-being and for your mental self-care. Your spiritual self-care should be at the driver's seat of your life. You don't have to be packed and pressured to do all of the things that you used to do. You're in a new season right now, and you need to acknowledge and embrace and get to know the new person that you are. You're evolving, you're growing, you're figuring things out about who you are in this particular journey of your life. You're not the same person that you were before this pandemic. The pandemic has forced many of us to be isolated and separated from the noise of life so that we can get clear directions on where it is we're supposed to be occupying space right now. So for some of you guys that know the family, like I know the family, a couple of the family members who lost their boys last night, I want you to lift those families up in prayer. Also pray for your total well-being and breakthroughs. Also be grateful. Be grateful. The peace of mind that you got, be grateful. Michelle, we're grateful for social workers that's out here not only going to work to serve, but also in graduate school, increasing her studies. Why? Because she loves what she do. She's called to serve and she is doing those things. She's making those sacrifices. We thank God for her. We thank God for many of you guys that are called to the profession of, serving those who otherwise feel like there's no option. And we are walking testimony saying, you're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I am capable. I'm willing to try something new. I'm willing to give love a try again. For some of you guys are saying, you know what? I don't know. Where's my Boaz? Where is he at? Quit looking. Live life. What's for you is for you. Can't nobody delay it. Can't nobody deny it. Can't nobody, hold space in it and try to make up for it, right? You just keep yourself focused. You keep yourself, in gratitude. When you start feel yourself complaining, put your pinky toe out that front door right now. Some of y'all cities, you'll be like, "Ooh, Jesus, I can't even stand the cold." Amen. I just need to do more and plan too. That's okay. I always tell people, like, you know you more than anybody. So when you know that there's a need for you to do more, and you know that you're the type that needs support and mentorship and guidance and accountability, somebody to be on your helmet, that's awareness. So you can celebrate that. Because sometimes you can think like, wow, what's wrong with me? How come I'm not, having the fire I used to have? What happened to my fire? Right. And so you could be hard on yourself and you do absolutely nothing. And then some of you guys say, you know what? Life been tough, but I'm a tough cookie. And I know God is going to bring me through. And so, with that being said, you're praying to God, put people in your path. If you don't have it in your family, we're not going to be beating that down for years. We're just going to own up to the fact that there's someone that God is going to put in your life and bring to your life to help you and guide you and go on the journey with you, right? And you're going to be a blessing to them and they're going to be a blessing to you. The thing is, you got to lean into the fact that you are called, you're worthy, right? No matter what's in front of you right now, you're going to get through it. So I want you to declare, I am capable of handling anything. And that does not mean that you're called to handle the affairs of other people on certain parameters. There's some things you got to handle for yourself. There's certain things you have to extend boundaries with your adult kids, your parents, your significant other, your employer, right? But when you're handling things and you're capable of handling anything, that also includes you being capable of handling the tough conversations that some of you guys avoid. My Care Bears are very avoidant. You rather go buy a Twinkie and a cupcake and give somebody a gift card before you open up about what you need to experience from them. And normally, when we see that, 9 times out of 9, you're not open and honest with yourself. You telling yourself one thing, but your actions is doing something else. So we're going to really boldly claim I am capable of handling anything. Let's start with ourselves. I can handle that. I am not in a position to be all, do all, 10,000 things anymore. And I'm okay with that. Whether it's a health situation, whether it's, you getting prompted by God to know what you can and cannot handle, you need to declare on today, I am capable of handling anything. You won't fail. You're not a failure. Life happens to teach us some things, but together we're going to get through. Find out who your together tribe is. Don't spend a whole lot of time and attention on who's not there. That's the enemy trying to distract you. There's more people for you than it is people against you. You need to know that by now. Some of you guys been hiding out on Zoom and StreamYard and links for a long time. It's time for you to get off line and get into real life and lock arms, shake hands, and hug on folks because a human touch does the body some good, the heart some good. So declare I am capable of handling anything. And I'm wise enough to know that me handling anything does not mean that I'm called to handle other people's stuff. Our little people, you're responsible for them. We're talking about other people's stuff, as in anyone 18 or older. When you're saying, I am capable of handling anything, honor your truth. If you occupying a home or apartment or studio and you know it's heavy in that space, and that is not really rendering you the peace that you're after right now, guess what? I am capable of handling anything. I'm capable of sitting down and mapping out how can I make some concrete plans for myself to get up out of this. If people are not showing up in the way that you show up for them, you can either talk about it, cry about it 5 more years or 10 years, or you can say, Lord, I'm capable. You gave me the ability to handle this situation with your guidance. I'm not going to run ahead of you, but I'm capable of sliding myself away from the noise and getting clear instructions on the next move I need to make. I'm capable. I don't have to make a decision because the next person have a sense of urgency on me. You're not a shoestring. You're not a circus, right? You don't have to be in a rush to make a decision. I'm talking to my Care Bears because you guys will buy cookies and cakes and Girl Scout cookies 10 times over from different people, knowing you won't eat them. Or you already have some because you struggle with boundaries. You believe that if you say no to somebody, that the whole sky is going to fall down. And by now, you've been saying yes to everyone else. Probably your world is kind of topsy-turvy. You got to exercise the yes muscle for you. Because why? I am capable of handling anything. I'm capable. I have been gifted with the tools and the resources to make decisions that honors the purpose that's on my life. You the first in the family, you're called and equipped to do that thing. I am capable of handling anything. When people show you who they are, what am I, Angelo? Believe them. You're doing all the heavy lifting in the family, in your relationship, at work, with the kids, the adult kids. You're doing all the heavy lifting because you set it up that way. You're capable of making some shifts that you need to make where it's balanced for you. You're capable. What is the worst thing that can happen if you honor your truth on today? What's the worst thing? Oh, they won't like you? So you doing things for people to like you. What is the most amazing thing that would happen if you start to honor the yes inside of you? This is what's keeping a lot of you guys up at night because you know what to do. You know you have within you everything God put in you to go forth. But somehow or another, you believe that you're going to get out of this by pleasing people. Mm-mm. I am capable. All right. So I want you to lean into the cards. We're gonna have one card because we're gonna log off in a minute. But isn't these cards amazing? These are Celeste. Be Your Best with Celeste. Her cards. She's a associate marriage family therapist here, offering services. So you guys already know the number 559-390-1444. If you guys need mental health services, go ahead and text for more information. We serve. Hi, Diasha. How are you? And so these cards are super, super cute. And I'm just going to read them. So we're self-caring. And Diasha, it's so good to see you. I know you're busy out there serving as a MFT. So you guys, if you have openings, Diasha, put it down there because we really, as you guys see across the world right now, there's a lot of need for ministry, healing, mental health services, to help guide people in this time. So we always grateful for our fellow sisters in this work and our brothers in this work. So if you have openings, Diasha, put your link at the bottom. There's always someone, you guys, out there showing up for work for you because they care about serving and they care about, what they're doing because they understand what they call to do is a gift. It's not like employer of choice, like I'm sitting here doing it because I need something. This is a call. When we're here, that's why we need you guys praying for us as well as we're praying for you. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're talking about Diasha. I am capable of handling anything. And with the cards, I have to see the name of the person who makes these because it is Black History Month. I don't know if this person is African American, but I just thought these were so cute. These are Celeste cards. They're self-care cards. And it says the first card is my self-care is important to my mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Today I'm going to take care of myself by doing. What are you going to do for yourself? What are you going to do for yourself? And try to think about something you can do for yourself that really doesn't cost you a ticket, doesn't cost you a trip. It doesn't cost you extending your budget just to experience self-care because self-care is internal work. It's the internal piece that everyone, some people are not aware that's what they're chasing, right? You got the house, you close escrow, you said that's going to make you happy with just external outside of me. But internally, there's a drought, peace that surpasses all understanding. the joy that's internal. So when life is not happy in front of me, I'm going to be good. Because why? I am capable of handling anything. When people do not show up for you in the way that they're supposed to, but you continue to convene with them, you can continue to have false expectations of them. That is a you thing. Go in within yourself and let yourself know I'm capable of making a decision on how this person have access to me moving forward. You set the standard, you set the boundary, and if they sloppy and mismanaging you, that is a you thing. Ask the Lord to help guide you through that. Because some way on the journey, you believe that you're going to get the sloppy leftovers energy of other people. It slides up in your intimate relationship. It slides up in how you deal with your kids. It slides up at the job. So once you get real clear and exercise the boldness in your life, you're going to see other areas of your life start to improve because you are the core decision maker on what you can't tolerate in this season and what you can tolerate. Some of y'all is getting, a little seasoned, okay? Like seasoned. My seasoned folks slide on up in here. We're 50 now. Our level of tolerance is shifting. Our level of tolerance is shifting. Why? Because most of us, if we live these 50 years, part of it with kids growing, evolving, screwing up, messing up, life gonna keep lifing. We screw up, we make mistakes, we turn around, flip it and rub it down, the whole nine. But somewhere along the line, you get to say, I'm tired of repeating myself, right? And when a person get tired, you do one of two things. Tiredness become your identity, and you just keep complaining and fussing and hollering about it, or you start to show up different. Which one are you? You either gonna show up different or you gonna continue to complain. Because at the end, at the top of the day, I am capable of handling anything. With God as your compass, you are adopted in the royal family. He's not going to leave you. He's not going to forsake you. He is going to guide and order your steps. But when you are trying to do things in your own strength and you're trying to figure it out, you're in the helping profession in charge with the leadership over the lives of people, and the system is not really culturally reflective and you're drained. When's the last time you got up to dismiss yourself from a meeting and go in that secret place? Lord, this is too big for me. You tell me what to do. Because if I go within my flesh, some of them meetings you'll be putting people in the whole headlock. You already know. You know what you can tolerate. Sometimes on the email, you already know who's finna be in that meeting. You know you more than anyone. When we are on this journey with people in the therapy experience, the one thing we tell individuals, we are not bigger than you. We are on assignment. We are the co-pilots.
We are.
You know you more than anyone. In the secret closet, in the shower when you crying, whether you got on all the makeup today, you popping like popcorn. So when we are in fellowship with you and on the journey with you, we are super honored to be in the presence with you, to allow you to trust the promptings that you've been getting the whole time. It's not complicated, but we make it complicated. Why? Because a lot of us, including myself, we believe some lies that were told to us on the journey. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's just to be clear about this is where I'm at. This is why I'm having the same conversations with the same raggedy people. Okay. You going downtown?
I'm going to plant something and I'll be back here.
Okay. And so you have to be in a position in your life where what's been put in front of me either is hindering me, is taxing me mentally, and you miss out on the people God put in your life to push you and propel you. Some journeys you got to take by yourself. Some places you need to visit by yourself. There's an experience I'm going to be experiencing this weekend by myself. I know I need to be in that space. It didn't take rocket science, but once you close the noise down in your life, you can hear more clearly. You don't need to call the same girlfriends. Some of them got stuff going on, not trying to hate, not trying to be all of that, but they got going on. Like let's just be real. Let's gel our edges real quick. They've been going through that since Nixon was president. They've been going through that. Why? Because they're making a set of decisions or not to vibrate like that. And here you are to make some courageous, bold steps. No matter how big or how small, you made a decision anyhow to render you added peace. And you keep going back to the get along game. She keep calling you about James. She keep calling you about the raggedy job. She keep calling you. And you keep listening to it. That's why the fire inside of you, it started and it stops. I get super annoyed by people in my 50, now that I'm 50, where people want you to give them stuff, feed it to you, understand it for them. And at the end of the day, you want me to clock in, do the work, show you how to do the work, but then you the one want to cash the check. You got me messed up. Y'all got to recognize that spirit. You got to recognize that spirit. Oh, sweetie, I'm not finna work harder than you in this. I can give you a few tips. This is for my Care Bears. People coming at you want you to figure stuff out. And you just are with your little golden heart until you get burnt out. They over here daydreaming out the window. You giving them tips and numbers and things that they need to do, places they need to go, people they need to talk to. And they over, well, I don't really read books. I don't, the way my mind is set up. That's not for me to tell you that there's an option to do Audible books. That's not your job to tell them different ways they can get it. That's not even your job to give them the resources if you don't feel led to. People got to figure stuff out on their own. I'm really, really lightweight glad that I was born in the 70s because we didn't have a choice. We had to think, chew gum, babysit kids, and fry fish at the same time, plus go to work. Before you even get grown as kids, you had to do the Dixie Cup House, do your homework. It wasn't no after school programs. We had to think about coming up with hide and seek. We had to take the water hose. How many of y'all had water hose coming up and we use that for double dutch? And some of y'all so beside yourself, y'all raised with, double dutch rope. Baby, the rope that they using now, people don't even play double dutch that much. I do have a friend who's a health coach in LA. She has a hula hoop business that help people lose weight with hula hoop and double dutch. But what I'm saying is some of us came up where we used one thing for many things. That's skill. We had to think. Oh, okay, well, we bored. Okay, our parents wasn't sitting up here like my job is to get you not to be bored and we're going to put you down in the station wagon back then or the Pinto and we're going to take you down to a place called Chuck E. Cheese with a whole mouse. And y'all know we get a mice or a rat in our house, we running from it. But somehow it's entertainment to go spend money with a Chuck E. and a cheese with a whole rat or a mouse. Girl, y'all know we be complicated. We'll go spend money to kick it with the dressed up mice to entertain the kids, which costs money. But let a mice slide up in your washroom, all up in your room in the attic. Girl, you jumping. I don't care if you 3,000 pounds. Girl, you jumping, hollering, hooping, and hollering because I know I'm scared of mice. Right? I'm just giving props where props is due. I'm glad I was born in 72. I'm glad I was born at a time where I had to think. We were charged to think. And just thinking alone, you can't just think alone because you got to turn the stove off. You got to boil the water. You got to actually peel the potatoes with the knife. Some people is used to the potato peeler of life. I need to have it easy and accessible. Oh, I can't get this dirt. Oh, it says who? So for some of you guys that have been in the trenches like me, I know where you at in your season. You don't have to tolerate foolishness. Let people figure it out on their own. You don't get yourself taxed and relaxed and all that. Shout out to the youngsters that's coming in. Youngsters is starting to say, look, I know that this not working. I want to be on the journey. Some of them don't have a driver's license and they saying, I feel courageous to know that I'm going to drive this thing out. If I don't have it at the crib, because everybody trying to be divas, nobody have wisdom, I'm finna make a phone call. Pull up on Miss Jones. Pull up on Diasha. Pull up on the Michelles. Pull up on the countless people that's taking their skill set to the internet streets to pull you off and have some wise counsel in a complex, chaotic world. Oh, good. Oh, that's the birthday girl, y'all. Shout out for birthday girls. Yes, we love, and that's the power of a team, right? This birthday sister right here, she slays in what she does. So what I'm telling you is there always is going to be a team that God sends, and everybody complement each other in their role in this thing called life. The problem with some of you guys out there, you doing a lot of heavy lifting on all sides for people, yet you trying to maintain your own life. And that is not how it's set up. You got to move outside of yourself and say, you know what, Lord, you gifted me in this area. Let me call sister girl over here who's gifted. And if she's still laid up talking about, well, yeah, I'm gifted, but I don't know. Baby, you ain't got to sit there and nurture that. Some people just not ready. It's no judgment. That's just where they are. And when people tell you that's where they are, don't go online talking about them. Respect the person for honoring their truth. If you know a friend that ain't been out since COVID, which I'm dealing with some people, quite a few, to my surprise, I just wasn't aware that since COVID, a lot of people have not left the house physically. Can you imagine that? Not even to the mailbox. They doing Instacart and all of that. That's a lot of people do that. But like sometimes you could say, you know what? I really don't get out. I'm not trying to socialize because it's social, social isolation and social anxiety going on. But I'm telling you, there's people that you probably know that haven't said anything. They say they finna come to something and have breakfast with you, and last minute they make an excuse. Well, no, I think I was exposed to COVID, or no, something happened. A lot of times, I'm not saying all the time, but some people is hiding from the world because something heavier is going on. And if that's the case, you don't have capacity to take on other people's stuff right now, and that's totally fine. We have to get out of the business of judging people for honoring his or her truth. We out here talking about keep it 100. You can't even handle my 50%. Soon as I tell you, couples, your mate is not feeling all sexual right now, and the first thing you want to say is they cheated. What's up with that? Where is the trust? Honor me if I'm in mental breakdown. I'm not feeling the shenanigans right now, right? But you have to communicate that. And for some of those people that do communicate that, can you receive it in love? And your own insecurities doesn't come up to accuse him or her of cheating, right? So there's power in communication. There's power in I desire to get an understanding more than I want to be right. The things that you are seeking probably has zero to do with anything outside of you. The thing that people are seeking right now is inside of me. I want peace of mind. Some of you guys, I miss old school days. Who said you can't go back to some of the old school remedies? Y'all see me and mama, we sit on the front porch in a community that call it ghetto. I don't care. Like, this is my porch that belonged to me. People think this is played out and you signed up for it. Revisit some of the things that you enjoy doing. But I'm telling you, there's so much inside of you. How long are you going to be hiding? How long are you going to be hiding? The most quietest person in the room is the one that's more impactful that God has put in that person, and that person is hiding. Our word today is, I am capable, Lord, with your strength, of handling anything that you put before me. If I'm hurting and I don't want to be bothered, the people that I love and care about, let them know. I'm good, sis. Because, women, we typically want to be auto problem solvers, right? Because we love each other and we want to fix it. We don't want to see you in breakdown. It's okay to let people know, you know what, sis, I'm on a hiatus. I'm good. I'm not suicidal. I'm just in the moment right now. But I promise, if it get to a point, pinky promise, fist bumps and all, that I will call you. And respect that. Respect that. Now, some of you guys know the Holy Spirit will guide you otherwise if there's something underlining in that. He'll come and whisper something to you. He'll bring it to you in your dream. You'll be cooking something and a download will come. But you're not going to hear that if you're constantly moving. You see? So let's go in here and say, I am capable of handling anything. What is a tough conversation? The necessary conversation that I need to have with myself on today? What is the one-way trip that I wish I can take? And I know I can take, not in the car, but the one-way trip inside of me that needs to be released. What is it? It's okay if it doesn't come out automatic. But I'm telling you, as God is my witness, you have a right to change your mind. Whatever was working, it worked at one point. Whatever ran in the family, it ran in the family. But it also run out in the family as well. So you might be the first one to start dealing with stuff different. You might be the first one to go on vacations by yourself. You might be the first one to go to an event and not autopilot, call the needy friend. Right? It is power and you understanding that you do not have to be married to a decision that you made that's not honoring where you are right now. If that job is stressing you to the max, sit yourself down. Come over here. If you're in Fresno, this is social work table talks. I'm sitting at an old school remedy, an old school wooden table right now. People come in here, we chop it up. We play cards. We unplug from the noise. Figure it out. Consolidate some bills and take a less stressful paying job. That's fine if your credit have to drop. The world is not going to end. You got to show up for you in the way that works for you. Some of you guys that have 3, 4, 5 different empty bedrooms, right? And I just don't want no roommate. Some things you're going to have to compromise. If you need to, have some little, wiggle room, on some level, you're going to have to be uncomfortable on anywhere that we're trying to elevate to, whether it's peace of mind, financially, the whole conglomerate. So if you can say, you know what, I can sublease my garage, I can put a shed in the back, call the people, or some of you guys can rent out a room and, get a warm referral for all of these traveling nurses that's out here in the hospitals. Do what you got to do, but sitting in complacency and stuck and feeling like life is over for you, that is not how we're going to do this. Am I willing to do something a little bit uncomfortable temporarily to get my breakthrough, my peace of mind, my clarity? There's a lot of things we never thought we would have to do, but it's orchestrated as a divine setup. But some of you guys that didn't go to school, you didn't get your degrees, and you super gifted at what you do, but you won't show up until you go stack up the degree, cut that mess out. You were naturally gifted to do a thing. But before we start doing anything more, y'all, let's work on being the thing. We are called to be human beings. Being mean, come down, kick it with talk. Tasha, come talk to your girl. Sit at the table. Fuzzy socks is allowed here. We got teas and different things. For some of y'all on my virtual link, we pull up according to this framework called a machine in the city near you. I'm not running ahead of the game. We be on links. We be on phone calls, good old-fashioned phone calls. Your breakthrough and your healing has nothing to do with how God restricts us based on geographical location. You looking for support in your zip code, your area code. And God got somebody on the other side of an island that's assigned to bless you. And you looking at the window of life, ain't nobody in my area supportive. Nobody in my family supportive. That's probably true because the support he assigned to your life don't live in your geographical area. They just can't find you because you've been hiding. That's all. When I was a little girl, and I'm finna close down because I will be serving this afternoon, praise God. Twice a month, I go to the local Salvation Army, and there's quite a few women, praise God, that's coming out of prison, have come out of prison physically, and they're in the drug inpatient rehabbing. and they're scared. I don't know what to do with myself as a sober person. I'm so used to my identity being connected to being high and running from me that being out, I'm used to being in a correctional facility that order my steps from top to bottom. Now I have some free range. I don't know what to do with myself, Miss Jones. So we have to go on a journey. Just like anything new, we have to practice. We have to own up to how we feeling in the situation. We also have to go through some identity foreclosures. We have to foreclose on the identity that we're married to because I'm more than what we've been through. You're more than the current circumstance. You bought the acres and the horses and all of the things. You bought the Tesla. You have the things. And now you're starting to figure out, I'm still not feeling whole on the inside. So some of you guys might be like, oh, wow, women went to prison. You serving people in there. Oh, baby, prison is very much subjective. You can have a mental prison, a spiritual prison, a physical prison. So don't ever get beside yourself to not know that God is wise enough to use someone that was in a certain type of prison to come and bless you. Because if you cut off how he is going to heal you and bring you forth through his orchestrated steps, you miss out. Because these women pours into me, I pour into them. I don't even have to get paid to be there. I told them I'm supposed to be here, whether I get the check or not, because I know my steps is ordered in that space the way everything worked out. Now we have some women, since I was out of, gone and back in California now, that literally graduated through. Not just graduation as usual, where you get a certificate in your hand and you don't really know how to deal when you come up out of a controlled environment. But I've witnessed God have some amazing transformation. Do you think that don't encourage me? That doesn't give me hope in areas of my life that I'm believing God for? Do you really think that that's not how that's set up? It's true. There's some spaces you're supposed to be in, but you don't think it's for you. Oh, they can't teach me nothing, right? And you sitting up dealing with fools inside these meetings. I'm just saying. And so you got to understand the thing that you're called to do is not cookie cutter based on how you showing up. Some of you guys are not called to be a certain thing based on what you went to school for. God is so amazing. Like he has a way to say, you know what? I ordered your steps to go get this school training. And even though the rest of the masses do it this way, I'm calling you to do it that way. And you fighting up against it. Everybody else do it this way. Everybody else see 10,000, 100,000 people a week. I'm just being like exaggerative. But you got to understand you're unique. You have a set of upbringings, a set of character, morals, and values and personality that's going to look a little bit different. All right. So make sure that this is a homie tell a friend type thing. If you are out there and you can relate to what we talked about today, and you know that you know that you know that you know, as much as you've been serving everyone else, you're tired of hiding and you want to go on a guided experience for yourself to come in self-care, unpack, so you can know which backpack of life to carry in this season, hit us up 559-390-1444. If you have children, we have providers who serve children. That is their gift. They are coming in. They offer Saturday appointments for you working folks. For my professional folks, we tend to hide behind our stuff a little bit more. This is the area that I specialize in because I know I was a person that hid behind my crapola, okay? And there's nothing bad. It's just how we deal or not deal, right? And you guys deserve more clarity, more peace of mind, a restorative place so that when you're going out to serve those you're called to serve, you have a cup that's running over, and you're serving from a space of abundance and not from a space of burnout. Some of you guys are probably going to take a leave of absence. You're going to need to take a leave of absence. And when you take the leave of absence physically, mentally, and spiritually, there's some things that you got to leave so that you can pick up the things that you're supposed to pick up to go forward. All right. I hope that was helpful. Remember, I am capable of handling anything. If you guys want the actual full exercise, go ahead and email me. This is an amazing tool that allows you to go inside yourself on a self care journey, self discovery journey, and have an amazing time. I will see you guys later. Never will I see goodbye. You amazing human beings that are in Fresno, California, meet me on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I'm doing the annual Galentine. Come meet a gold friend. Come love on a small, intimate group that's going to be rooting for you. We have a few tickets available. I never want to have a big, ginormous event because that's not what God called me to do. But I do know that I'm called to serve those who serve. So come on down at bit.ly/, self love 25, which is February 25th. Come into that space ready to receive. There's so much amazing things in store for you. Come by yourself, come receive, and I cannot wait to see you and greet you there. If you are in Instagram, the link is the first link in the bio. For those of you on Facebook, I will put the link down in the comments. But I am encouraging you to affirm for yourself, Lord, I thank you because you gave me divine assignment that I am capable of handling anything. I will not die in a storm, right? I'll see you guys Saturday. Never will I say goodbye. I'll